I have a 28-year-old Isuzu Trooper with 321,000 miles on it, and it doesn't run really well. I live in the Denver, Colorado area, and the corrupt and oppressive government requires me to endure an emissions test before I could renew the registration on my vehicle. So I prepared it as best I could. I changed the oil, checked the air filter, drove it for 30 minutes before I took it in, went through the emissions test, and failed to meet the arbitrary and capricious emission standards. The maximum carbon monoxide allowed is 20. My reading was over 23, so I failed the test. Now, if I'm on welfare or food stamps or Medicaid, I would still be required to endure the test, but I'm not required to pass. But I have a job, buy my own food, pay for my own medical insurance. Therefore, I will not be allowed to renew the registration till I get a passing test. This is not the first time I failed. In previous years, I tried to guarantee to pass fuel supplement. That didn't help at all. I ended up replacing my catalytic converter. So I called my mechanic and asked him, am I going to have to replace the catalytic converter again? And he says, well, try Cataclean, and then he'll clean the throttle body for me. The instructions for Cataclean say, add a bottle to 1/4 of a tank of gas for 4 gallons. My Trooper has a large gas tank, so I let the gauge read almost empty before I put it in. I drove it 15 miles per the instructions, and then filled up the tank after the 15 miles per the instructions. When I filled up the tank, I still had almost 6 gallons left, so that worried me a little bit. Then I drove to my mechanic, and he cleaned the throttle body. I drove the vehicle for 30 minutes, took it in for emissions, and I passed. There was a significant improvement in the carbon monoxide. And I think the Cataclean had a lot to do with my passing. So if you fail your emissions test or worried about not passing, I highly recommend Cataclean. Good luck.